via, okay, share with your audience. This is my very first time going live via, oh, I can do all of that. This is my very first time going live via YouTube, everybody. So as I'm learning how to do this, as I am learning this for the very first time, you are seeing in real time. This is my very first time going live on via YouTube because normally I use this app called StreamYard. If you are a podcaster, then you may be familiar with what StreamYard is, Trini girl. I've been using StreamYard, or I've become familiar with StreamYard over the last probably about 3 or 4 years. Primarily, it's been with me being on the other end, where I was the person on the podcasting side, not really much in the background, baby doll user. I'm talking about podcasting right now. So I was on the other end. But over the last few, am I sharing my screen? Like, I am literally learning this as I am working, y'all. I promise you, I am sitting here sharing my screen and everything. I am on YouTube for the very first time. Going live on YouTube for the very first time. I'm so familiar with going live on YouTube via StreamYard, Carrie Hickey. If you are anybody who's into podcasting or want to do podcasting, then you may want to tune in. Or if you want to just get to know what this is that we do up here, because you may be someone who loves a particular YouTuber and you're like, well, how does that YouTuber even get it where I can even see them deal real estate? Maybe you want to do some real estate podcasting and you want to know how to do that. Well, like I said, I've been using StreamYard all of this time, y'all. Oh, let me go live on Facebook as well. So for the very first time, I'm going live here on YouTube, and this is different. This is definitely a different look, a different experience, because I'm going live straight through YouTube. But I said, Vet, you need to learn how to go live on the platforms themselves, because the way this algorithm has changed up, y'all, we need to know how to pivot, okay? If you are somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur and you are trying to pivot and turn, then you need to know how to pivot, okay? Pivot and turn, because technology is changing so quickly, and I need to be at least running with technology as it's changing. I need to be a part of this change, Brenda. So I need to know how these things work. And although we use these great tools like StreamYard, Chili Lawrence, although I use that great tool, StreamYard, I needed to know what it looks like to go live directly on the platform, because if you are a business, now I'm putting on my business hat, Will, the algorithm is going to work much better if you go inside that business, because you get a personal touch, you get a personal feel. So although they say, yeah, these platforms are available and you can stream, using StreamYard to all of these platforms, it is my belief, and I'm testing out this right now, Erica. I'm testing this out. Will the algorithm work a little bit better if I go directly on the platform like I do here on TikTok? I go directly on the platform. I believe that the algorithm may push a little bit better, but we're going to test it out, Christopher, because number one, do not be afraid to test things out. If you want to be a podcaster, creative, your audience is going to find you. The audience is looking for you. Your audience is looking for you. They're going to find you. You need to do certain things in order to find your audience. Yes, that is correct. But trust and believe your audience is going to find you, because we are always looking for those things that we want, the things that we seek them out. So Jacksonville, Brunia, if you are interested in doing anything creative, something other than what you may be doing right now, then you may know, or if you did not know, your audience will find you. But you have to not be afraid to try different things. You have to figure out what works for you. And that's what I've been doing these last 4 years, y'all. Just figuring out what works for me. And if I don't like it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. And I'm not afraid to say, oh, I didn't like that. I don't even ask permission, y'all. I just don't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like anything creative, I think that we have been led to believe that it has to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. That is the beauty of creation. It does not have to be perfect. Beauty isn't about in the eyes of the beholder. We learn from our mistakes. So I'm learning through all of this, and I'm enjoying this. This is really therapy for me. I enjoy what it is that I do, and it shows in how I do it. But I'm also not afraid to get up here and try different things out and say, oh, I like this for my show. Oh, I don't want to do that on my show. Oh, that works for the show. Don't be afraid to do that. Anybody who's trying to be a creative, don't be afraid to, as my daughter say, throw the darts and see what sticks and what does not stick, because everything's not going to stick. But that's how you get the experience, y'all. Don't be afraid to get in front of the camera. So many people want to be in this podcasting realm, but you're afraid to be in front of the camera. Well, if that is one of your drawbacks, is the reason why you don't want to do this type of podcasting, I should say video podcasting, because there is audio podcasting. But if you want to do video podcasting, get in front of the camera. Even if you don't sound, listen, you know how many times I falter up here? You know how many times I mix my words up here? I'm just learning as I go along. Don't be afraid to learn as you go along, because this world is your doggone teacher. I'm telling you, you learn so much just by trying. Right, Crave Passion? You learn so much just by trying different things, trying out the things that you are passionate about, and being like, because everything that you are passionate about right now, you're passionate about, but that does not mean you want to do it. That doesn't mean that you want to drive it. Some things that I'm passionate about, I don't want to drive it. Maybe I'll help, invest in it, but I don't want to drive it, because that's not my fight. You got to realize where your fight is. Number two, realize where your fight is. It opens up so many doors for you, Thomas Clay. I promise you. Realize where you and also don't be afraid to accept help from other people, because you are not going to be good at everything, Shamik. You are not going to be good at everything. Even in this podcasting place, man, you know how, listen, I know my strengths and opportunities for improvement. Those opportunities for improvement are some things that people call weaknesses. No, that's an opportunity for me to improve it, or be like, you know what, let me pay somebody else to do that, because I can't do it for myself, because that is not my ministry. That is not my ministry. Some people think that everything is their ministry, but it's just not. That's the great thing about God. God made us all so wonderfully in his image, but he said, I'm going to deposit this in you, and I'm going to deposit a little bit of that in that person. And if y'all work together collectively, oh, the beauty that we can create, Angela. Oh, the beauty that we can create. Those of you who may be watching this replay, the beauty that we can create if we work collectively together. Because listen, y'all, without the water, where would anything be? Without the sun, where would anything be? Y'all, like I said, I was just getting on here, just testing this out. Glorilla. Hey, no problem, baby. I was just getting on here testing this out. Thank you, because I was wondering how the comments. This is my very first time going live on YouTube. So I was wondering what the comments look like. Can I even show the comments? Oh, wow. You can do all types of stuff on here. Oh, wow. All right, y'all. So I'm getting ready for my new year, because if you have been following me or journeying alongside of me, then you know that I like to do my New Year's resolutions. I like to start them in November, because one, Vet is still a procrastinator, and I know it takes me a little while to get it together in my head that I got to make some changes in my life. So I start my process in November. So I'm learning, because I said in November, I was like, well, Vet, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. I got my checklist of the things that I have to do. And it's like, well, how do you get there? So if you want to learn how to tie your shoe, Vet, then that means you have to continue to practice tying your shoe. If you want to get good at what it is that you're doing, you have to continue to practice what it is that you are doing so that you can get good at it. It's a false reality if you think people are jumping up here just being perfect the first time around. That is a false reality, y'all. And I know many of us fell for it. I feel so bamboozled by the false reality that has been painted, y'all. But it is what it is, Brunia. It is what it is, Nicole Mills. We all know that there has been a false reality painted. So now it is up to us to fix the problem within our own lives, because we cannot fix the world without first fixing us. And now that we know that, y'all, it is our responsibility. It is my responsibility to do what it is that I need to do. And I have to continue tying the shoe. Y'all, I can't. How am I going to get good at this if I just put it away sometimes? How did any of you that know how to already tie your shoe learn how to tie your shoe if you did not continue to tie your shoe? Now you can tie your shoe. You ain't even got to look at the shoestrings. You can just bend down and tie your shoe. Some of y'all can just throw your leg up in the air and tie your shoe like that. Well, you didn't get there without continuing to tie that shoe. So, y'all, 2025, let's drop that falsity that people are perfect the first time. Nobody is perfect. That is the beauty of creativity. You can actually create the life you want to live, and it does not come with perfection. The only perfection is the Most High. You can't get no higher than that, right? Vote for Ray Ray. Oh, not my girl Ray Ray Random on here. Look at God. Look at God. If you do not know, and if you are not following her, make sure you are following her. She is one of the, oh man, you just got to follow her. I love how she put her journey out there. That's real to me. That is real to me. And she's so talented, so talented. Ray Ray Random, I like your take on what's been going on in the news and some of these people that we idolized, y'all. This is what they say about false idols. Some of y'all wouldn't listen. I'm going to remove myself from that, because the only one that I idolize is the Most High. Okay. And it don't get no better than that, like I said, but we would be lying to ourselves if we did not admit that there's been a lot of portrayal out there by people that we thought was just the cream de la crop. And then we come to find out that they, just like with any crop, you are going to have some bad apples. You just are, y'all. You can't reach the heights of success without, rubbing elbows with them. It just is what it is, and I think we just did on the Vet Green show, we just did a year-end wrap-up, and that's one of the other things that I learned. And I think I may have posted it, or if I did not, y'all, because I am such a creative, sometimes I have so many ideas running through my head that I have to write them down, and sometimes I forget to post about it because it's in my head, and as long as I get it out, it is what it is. But I think that to sum it up, realizing that you really have to be fully grounded in the belief of what you believe in, and just believe in something greater than yourself. As long as you believe that, I think you're going to be all right. Just know that you come from something so great. I think you will be all right, because if you just focus on, the reality of what you are facing right now. If I focus on the reality of the things that I faced over the last 18 months, it may land me in my bed, just laying there, just taking the punches. And it's like, wait a minute, I can lay there and take the punches, but my life is going to continue. Like, the only difference is it's going to be 2 years later and I'm still going to be laying in my bed taking the punches. And that's no way to live. That's no way to live. I know what that feels like. I know where that led me, because I was there already. I already played that role in my life. And because I know what that looks like, Brunia, Kenneth, Tarek, because I know what that looks like, it's like, no, I don't want to play that role in my life. So I learned on this journey that Vet, you have the ability to really change your life. You really do have the ability to create the life that you want to love to live. You don't have to live in HELL hockey sticks. Like, I was really choosing to live there, and once I got that in my head, all the other stuff start making sense. Now, let me tell y'all, okay, this is how humorous God is. it can make sense in your head, but, and this is why a lot of people pass judgment so quickly, until you are faced with it and had that experience, you really won't, it won't make it make sense. Like it makes it make sense in your head. Like I'm a visual person, so I can see something and I'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense because I can see it. But it's a whole other ball game to experience it. And that's how awesome God is. God is so humbling. You know, he will definitely humble you to bring you to whatever it is that you are talking about, preaching about, whatever it is, in order for you to learn the lesson so that you can preach the truth about it. You know, and the truth of the matter is that, you know, there's going to be sacrifices in this thing. And right now, just like with anything, we all have to be a sacrificial lamb eventually. And I feel like, you know, if I was to sum up this whole Jay-Z, Diddy, Lil Durk, all of it, even, you know, all of it, is that, okay, that's an example for us, Tay Dior. That's an example for us of what to expect, what not to do, you know. That's also an example of, okay, it's ugly up there too. So you really have to be, you know, armored up. You really have to have your doggone, you know, pow vest on in this fight because it's ugly. It's ugly. And the division is real, Ms. Harrison, you know, and I realize now that they caused the divide purposely. And the jig is on us, y'all. Ruby is on us. And I'm talking about the people. I don't care who you love, like, what color you are, what faith you believe in. I don't care about any of that. It's on us. All right. We all have been bamboozled, y'all. We have all been bamboozled. And that's just the truth of the matter. So, Miss Classy Girl, I think us working together collectively, right? No divide 2025. That's my motto. No divide 2025. Because it's going to take all of us, y'all. We have to pull and push each other. We have to pull. When you see your sister hawk smash, when you see your sister falling down, you go right behind her and help her get back up. And don't tell the world that you're doing it. Don't tell the world that you're doing it. And keep on running. Sis, you all right back there? Yes, sis. I just needed that one pick me up. And the next thing you know, that person going on their own trajectory. If we do more of that, y'all, I'm telling you. I don't know what this election in 2024 shows you, Nadine Gale. I don't know what all of it shows you, but I know one thing is that we are better together. We are better together. I keep on preaching that because I fully believe it, because I am a visual person. And sometimes when I look at where this world is right now and what's happening with AI, it's like, okay, you know, before I was so afraid of AI, Carolyn Brown, but now it's like, well, AI is here. AI is what's running everything, y'all. AI is running this algorithm right now. That's why some of y'all see this and some of y'all don't. Some of y'all won't see this until the replay. It's the algorithm. It's AI. So what does that say? Instead of being afraid of it, that now you need to learn it. Okay. If you know you need to learn it at this big old age of 48, what about the ones who's in their 50s and 60s who's still here and AI technology is still developing? So that means their life is going to have some influence, and AI is going to influence their lives as well. So you need to talk more about AI so that people have a better understanding that it's here, and you need to learn about it because it's already here. And this is going to remove jobs. There's a local McDonald's, and I do not know this to be true, y'all. This is just in the rumor mill. The rumor mill is that this McDonald's has closed for renovations because they are incorporating AI technology, which, I mean, if you live in a big city, you probably have already seen it. We talked about it on the Morning Show podcast. Living in Chicago, I would go into McDonald's and there may be, X amount of human beings in there, but a whole bunch of technology. So instead of talking to somebody who's going to be rude, anyways, I'd rather go up to the kiosk It's going to take my order, shoot it over to the people that's cooking it. And all I have to do is have one interaction with that one person to say, your order is ready. They don't even have to take your money anymore, y'all. They don't not even have to, the person don't even have to take your money. You can pay at the kiosk. Some people look at it as convenience. I look at it as a job that is no longer there. So it's real, y'all. So I am setting my intentions this upcoming 2025. If the Lord says the same and I see it, and I hope that you all set your intentions. I'm going to continue going live, just testing some things out. I wanted to see how this worked on the just going straight live through YouTube. Like I said, I've been doing this podcasting thing for a while on different sides. Now I'm trying it out over here on the other side, running this business, y'all, creating this business and doing it in real time, y'all. So y'all can see the ups and downs, because I'm not going to get on here and fake the funk. Lord Jesus, listen. It is not easy, but it is possible. Annie Camp, it is not easy, but it is possible if you truly believe in yourself. And don't let the ops or anybody else put nothing negative in your mind about who you are. Don't listen to them, y'all. A lot of people are sitting on their dreams because they are out listening to other people who don't or won't be bold enough to have their own dream. So they want to squash yours. That is not my business. So make it not your business in 2025, y'all. I'm going to continue to test these things. So I love y'all. Long life. Have a wonderful, 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 wherever you are on purpose. I'm going to end this live over here. See how that? And you will no longer be live. End it there and end it.